Alrighty, we're working on the Camaro today. I've made this video like 4 or 5 times because I just keep working on something and then kind of keep reshooting it because I get more and more excited. But yeah, we got the dash in. This is a clusterfuck of the Camaro Berlinetta back dash panel and the Firebird. I didn't realize, and something I should have realized, that yeah, the Camaro back panel is way different than the Firebird. I guess when I scrapped the car, I thought this was going to be similar to like the Capri and the Fox body. I went, yeah, you can put that gauge cluster in that car, it all fit in. Vastly different, even vastly different between the different gauge clusters you got in the car for the most part. So we're here, we've got this in here. We had to make some mounts to actually bolt the dash or the gauge cluster to the surround to it, because how it usually goes is that it bolts to the whole back dash panel, then this bolts over top, and the noise and harmonics are probably pretty good versus this kind of rubbing type thing. But we were able to just use the oscillating cutter there, bit of belt sanding, self tappers, and just kind of get this together. I found a proper back dash panel, but it's $200. It's a 4-hour drive. I do not want to drive 8 hours in total to spend $200 when I'm trying to save some money, and it's really not going to make that big of a difference to me. You know, when you're driving the car and you're sitting here, I mean, you're going to be looking up at this, and you're really not going to care. I mean, this is all going to get painted, and there's ways to make it look nicer. We could either wrap it with some sort of material, like almost like that kind of pleated leather, so it gives like this effect to it. If you really cared, we could do lots of things. But we're probably going to do none of that. If we're lucky, we're going to paint it. We've made a bunch of just little cross braces pieces here. Put a little piece there so it supports that bottom of the dash. Everything goes to this front upper dam piece, which just has a bunch of screws in random spots. This one kind of hurt to drill random screws into it because these are actually somewhat expensive, and this one is in nice shape. The dash, because it's a Berlinetta bespoke one, and nobody wants a digital Berlinetta dash. I mean, it's neat in pictures, but it's horrendous in real life. But nevertheless, we got this all in. I'm somewhat pleased with it. It's holding it. We're gonna get the pin out for all our sensors, for our wires and stuff. I mean, some of these are pretty easy, like the volts, the temp, and the pressure. That's all very simple. Same with even the RPM. We're gonna have to build another one of these, or I'm gonna have to help Mike help me build one of these little tack adapters where you use the high voltage from a relay and get it to pulse into the tack. And yeah, it's a nice high revving tack too. Like it goes all the way to 8,000 RPM, and it's a nice looking gauge cluster. Like this is very appealing to me, and that's a big deal in these. This is kind of funny how low the speedometer is versus like the Datsun, which has like 160 mile an hour dash or speedometer, and this has 180 kilometers speedometer. So kind of interesting. This car is going to be hopefully vastly faster than the Datsun, and yeah, Datsun's annoying because it's got a very small resolution to where you're driving, which is usually about here, and then, you know, about there for highway speed. So you use none of the speedometer. But nevertheless, before I ramble on too much, we found the Honda Civic EF indicators. It looks like they're going to fit very well into the OEM position, except I found out that, you may not be able to see it in the camera, that this actually broke inside. So I went to test the high beams. I heard a kink, and yeah, I got the last one. But since it's a Honda, it's $70 to go get a new one off Amazon. It's friggin' amazing. I wish that was an option for a lot of my cars. The next thing we ran into is that look how close the steering wheel is to the dash. Bit of an oversight when I was doing this because I didn't have the dash in the car. Had I done that, I probably would have realized all this and stole it out of the Firebird, and it would have been great. But I didn't, so we're gonna have to buy these little extensions. You can get them off Amazon. They're dirt cheap. It's just a chunk of aluminum goes on there, and then it yeah, just has longer bolts and extends out. Because we're using the 3-bolt style, there's nothing but cheap options for these wheels because This is very stock car, NASCAR, can car, cast car, circle track racing, all this stuff, and they don't seem to rip each other off. For most of the stuff, this circle track stuff, it's very aggressively priced for the buyer. And yeah, we can just get a little extension. You can get them in, I think, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 4 inch, whatever. It's very standard for them need to extend out their columns to where they have to sit comfortably. And yeah, we can just kind of figure out what we need, and then yeah, we'll go from there. But I'm going to get rid of the wiper stock, all that stuff being on this side. We're going to go to like a center dash mount or something to a rotary style switch so that we can have that on. The defrost, this is our defrost. You can see we got one port there, and yeah, it's all just kind of being cut off and gooped and taped around, so it only goes through the defrost. A lot of it's being cut out, and that's because I don't care. This car was never about having the most air recirculating features, and it's going to show, but it'll be fine because we've got our 4 ports there, 2 up, and then 2 at the floor to just kind of help with water that's going to get in the carpet and dry it out. But yeah, that's all done. That's just going to be some slinky hose. You can kind of see it there, where you just kind of slink it over and slide it onto something, and that'll be that. Yeah, things are kind of going to start leapfrogging ahead on this interior and getting this together so that we can kind of start getting T-top seals and seals like this and all this stuff in, and we can, you know, get this to be more of a complete roller and get this done. So it's coming along. And then I was also pleasantly surprised. I forgot I did this, and I'm glad I did it. Is I stole the pedals out of the Firebird. I was dreading that I hadn't done it because I was using 4th gen Camaro pedals, and they use this is all one piece, and it doesn't line up the best. I think you can just bend it and tweak it, but yeah, now that I can put these boys in there, and it'll just be hunky-dory. So all this will go in. We don't need the clutch position switch, but we'll transfer over our brake pedal switch, so we have brake lights. But yeah, I think it's all going to be pretty cool. We'll get these in there. We may give them a quick I wonder if I should dip them into Scott's cleaning material, and yeah, let it kind of eat all the rust off here, and then we can bolt it in with the brake booster, because we got this stuff painted. We'll probably put a little bit of goop around it just to better insulate it, because I don't have the gaskets for this. Or we might even just make a gasket. It's just a thin piece of paper. But yeah, before I ramble on too much, things are moving forward. We're kind of just getting it done, because I just need to get this thing fucking done. So it's a rolling, drivable car. And then if I want to redo this dash, I mean, that $200 dash will still be a $200 dash in a year and a half. The pinouts for all the gauges will still be the same, and we can get that figured out at a later date. But yeah, we'll carry on recklessly. But aside from that, I'll smell you later, and have a good day. Bye.